Good evening, free enterprise fans, and boy oh boy, do we have a race for you tonight. We have Pyre versus Lenophis. I am joining the booth with the Rishinger Harumph, and we've got Twisted Flax on trekking, and JMac the Librarian. How's it going, JMac?
Oh, it's going well. It's Friday night, and it's definitely a night of fun free enterprise. So I'm really excited to see these two runners race tonight.
So let's take a look at these objectives. We have Fade the Twin Harp, 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 Fade the Twin Harp,
Hmm.
and repeat objectives 1 through 6. So are we in an infinite loop here?
Yeah, or this might just mean that our restreamer tonight is none other than Harumph. No subliminal messaging here.
Yeah, but unfortunately for our restreamer here, he actually rolled us a Cave Magnus on the objective number 2. So gonna be having to do that Twin Harp at some point. We've also got the Sealed Cave, Giant of Babel. We've got going all over the place.
Yeah.
Tons of key items needed.
Looks like a little bit of everything, and a lot of those checks that runners will try and fade if possible. So looks like we're going to be all over the place tonight.
Yeah, looks like at least a minimum of 6 key items needed. But again, all over the place. Moon, Earth, underground. That sealed cave can sneak up on you. That giant of Babel. Ooh, what do we hope is going to be at 65k HP? That element spot can be nasty sometimes. But we have an edge start. This is huge. Have you played much of these flags, JMac?
I have not. I've been watching a lot of them though, so I know how important the early loot is, especially with a lot of items all over the place. So because this is necky, Edge does not start with 2 short swords like he normally would. So we're going to be in a rush to try and find a good Edge weapon so that he could do some really good damage early game.
Well, at least what you've seen, of other runners and maybe during their practice, what are some loot areas that you've seen and think might be good with an edge start?
Especially with an edge start, it would surprise me if our runners did not head straight to Eblin Castle pretty quickly. Just because the chances of that higher tier loot in that area is going to be really high, especially for an edge, and especially depending on who edge ends up getting paired with.
Yeah, it kind of depends on that second character. We don't know that yet. We will find that out. Evelyn, great place to go, as you said, for those, high tier items. It's got 3 trap chests that you have to worry about. But we've also seen runners also do things like Watery Pass if they have an exit character. So a lot of different early game loot options out there. And we're off. Let's see who this second character is. Oh,
Haha! Of course, Rydia, my girl, with a starting spoon. So
well,
yeah, this is going to be exciting.
starting spoon, either A, we can dart that spoon to say goodbye to a boss instantly. It's one of the best starts out there. Or if we find an Edward, we may end up giving him the spoon so he can do bard things.
Yeah, and depending on if we can find that Edward pretty early, that is definitely a viable option because a spoon word is really, really powerful in this flag set in particular.
Yeah, the spoon basically being his own version of a crystal sword. But as Chad's mentioned out, we have the quote-unquote power couple, because in the vanilla game, Edge is always hitting on Rydia. We have Lenophis going to Mist Village without the package. Pretty interesting location here to loot off. I mean, I know I've spiked some really good stuff in those chests, but we'll see how much. Dwarf axe, mute knives for sale.
Yeah,
Cool.
that mute knife is going to be potentially big if you can find something to sell, especially in these couple of chests, because that is a really good weapon for Edge, especially against some of our bosses.
Yeah, Well, our radio's online. We got a Stardust Rod for her.
Yes.
Speaking of the package, Pyre gained the package from the freaky item. Edward holds our item. Demist, no longer are we on a Demist hunt for this tournament.
No. Well, and you know what? It now looks like Lenophis is headed to that watery pass. So we're going to get a good look at what the watery pass has in store for us, including a lightsaber, which is, again, either a good sword for Cecil or an edge dart.
Yeah, a lot of this early game, if you're not finding, an extra weapon for Edge, because he could roll low and find, just have a claw on him, which is not always the greatest thing, but full moon, instant back row.
Yes. And while our runners are going to take advantage now while the back row glitch is on, because one of the changes with the last update was that we can now turn on the back row glitch and off the back row glitch. So right now it is turned on, so our characters can do full damage from the back row. But I'm almost positive that in the bracket flags, that is going to be turned off.
Yeah, so on the bracket flags, the new flag of back row glitch will be turned off. So in the vanilla game and with the back row glitch on, you just equipped any ranged weapon to your character, and it sets a little flag that says, hey, you can do full damage from the back row. We decided to actually fix that. So now you actually have to have a ranged weapon to do full damage from the back row. But Lenophis looting some DMC and finding a ninja sword to go with that full moon. His edge is stacked. Like, let's go.
I mean, in a pinch, that actually works as like Z weapons. So you know what? It's only going up from here at this point.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the Hobbs character is going to look like with this loadout we found. An exit. I mean, I would actually be happy with the Tella on Hobbs.
Yep, a nice utility character. With this kind of a party early game, you can pretty much do whatever you want and know that you're going to pick up time.
Yeah, being able to cast the exits or blinks and utilizing him as not only a great anchor, but he could use the Stardust Rod, but we're probably going to give that to Rydia, just because let Rydia hit things.
Yes, always. Plus, we're going to go check the front side of Hobbs with this early Rydia and hope that we can spike a really good summon for her.
Pyre spiking that Hourglass 2 out of the public treasury, hoping he can take on this Mad Ogre chest. Looks like the Hourglass 2 paid off and got the Mute Knife, and here we go.
Yes. And it looks like we've got an Odin on the on Lenophis' side. Not exactly the best summon to find, but depending, it could definitely help with these Evelyn trap chests if we can get her accuracy to hit.
The thing with Odin is it's been kind of based off her wisdom stats. So her being in the center slot with Odin, you can almost always get off getting a Dragoon Lance. Great cane weapon, also great dart.
For that cane that's on Mount Hobbs.
Yeah, well, okay. So if and when Pyre goes to Hobbs, that cane's going to be more than patently average.
Oh, and look, we are kind of in like reverse vanilla over here, fighting the Karate Man on top of Hobbs where you would originally find him. So, Seed's got a little bit of jokes.
Yeah, the Karate Man just loves Hobbs. He just loves being up there. It's his training grounds. Pyre's still looting out this Evelyn.
Oh, and found a defense sword, so Kane will be online too.
First ring. Huge. Anchor. What?
And Pyre said, I'm done. I don't need these 3 chests. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you find two good weapons. Defense sword can go on either Cecil or Kane. You get Dragoon Lance. I'm happy. Doing some looting here in Evelyn. Pyre not checking the Hobbs summon. Looking like Rydia's gonna pretty much be an early anchor. I mean,
it's respectable. Not what I would prefer, but it's a respectable choice.
Yeah, I mean, if we had found maybe like a Leviathan summon in the Eblin, I more or less think that you want Rydia to get levels, because having Rydia with Leviathan early on is such a huge power play. Lenophis looting lots of antline here, finding a black belt for that edge, more strength boost.
Yes, this is not something that you see runners do very often, is loot full antlion on this flag set, just because there are more higher weighted areas to loot. But it's gonna pay off with this early armor.
Yeah, with the T Wildish flag, it's good loot all around. It's just a higher chance in certain locations. So it comes to some people like to loot locations that have a high density that may be a little bit lower chance of getting super high tier gear. And there's other runners that say, I'll take the reset time of trap chest to go for a bit of higher loot.
And we find an Odin hiding down in the depths of Antlion.
So we've got
but our Stardust Rod's
Hobbs.
Gonna take him right away.
Yeah, so we've got Odin on Hobbs and Odin and Antlion.
Yep.
Is it like the Odin Island?
Oh, most definitely. And we receive an adamant armor. I mean, not an adamant armor. Excuse me, the adamant stone. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. We haven't seen the adamants yet.
Just a shiny rock. It's not an objective, but being able to unlock the forge shop, that's huge high tier loot in that shop, and almost it's a guaranteed excal there.
Which is, you know what? A dart. Everything is a dart when you've got a starting edge.
Definitely. Like, I will sacrifice a little bit of my gear to get through a fight faster. I mean, not all the gear, but enough to get me through a fight faster. Because if I could do some of the moon chest, or even moon lunar deises, then I'm just gonna find better loot up there.
And we're gonna get our first glimpse on Lenophis' side with Atella hiding in Baron Inn with an antlion. What's he doing down here?
Yeah, he decided his flight to the moon had a bit of a layover. So he's deciding to have a good old drink with Tella.
Can't really blame him. Tella's a pretty cool dude.
They get to talk about the old days. When Antlion was nice, and all the good things about Edward. And we've got some guards here with Kaipo guards. They're not supposed to be here.
Well, this early package check is paying off for Pyre, because he has found a Dark Knight Cecil.
Oh, we've got a Cecil sighting. I think, especially in this, where you've got your gated characters of Cecil and Fu. Cecil, as we know, you give him an adamant, you give him something like a light sword, excal, or the shiniest of swords, crystal sword, and he goes through everything, just goes burst. So finding Cecil, I want him in my party, and I want to get up ordeals as quickly as possible to get that Cecil online.
Oh yes, most definitely.
I would not be shocked if Pyre goes straight to ordeals after this.
Yeah, I mean, and with an edge and a couple of pretty decent edge weapons, there's really nothing up there that's too scary.
Yeah. Lenophis getting through the Kaipo guards here and finds the Vanilla Baron key.
Of course. Well, you know what? That is a gated shop right there in town.
Yeah, at another gated location. Maybe Spike's a Fu here. But we also have to liberate the Baron Castle as an objective anyways, so if you think you've got the party to do it, why not do it while you're here right now? You may not be able to take on the Baron basement, but at least get an objective done.
Well, and there's a Sylph summon sitting in the Baron item shop. And when you don't really have a white mage, we know that Lenophis has the Tella, but Sylph in a pinch also acts as good healing, especially with the Sylph glitch on in this flag set.
Yeah, so Rydia gets her favorite console, the Wii U, Wii U, Wii U. We've got some elements here at the Kaipo Inn. And then soon just taken out with the flame.
Yes, not much HP in that spot. Nothing really to be scared of.
No, the scariest boss to see there would have probably been Val. But you've got an edge that can dart. It's just a matter of how much time.
It does look like Lenophis is diving straight into Baron. This is a pretty solid play considering what we've got. And we picked up a Soma drop for Atella. So that could be pretty huge. That gets him up to 100. That means that we might see a Telemedio this seed.
Telemedio, Swag Rocks, I'm all for it.
I mean, win on Restream, right?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, considering Lenophis's current loadout on their edge, I'm all for it. Like, give me through Baron. Doesn't know about the Cecil at the package yet. Well, we found our dupe, the dupe Rydia.
Of course it is. As there should always be 2 Rydias in every seed. One to hit things and one to anchor. See, perfect for everybody.
Well, we'll see at that point. You just find a Bahamut and you use Tel as your anchor and you just blarg. Like double blarg. Let's go.
Yes, that is true too. All right, and I really wasn't paying attention at the very beginning to remember what this first boss is hiding in the wagon spot. But we're about to be reminded.
Yeah, about 10 minutes in, I forget myself. Oh, it's a Ruby.
And we know it's not Elements because we just saw Elements. So it is, in fact, Mr. Leg himself.
Yep. We've got some leg. And Edge actually started with an Ice Claw. So it could just wait for the leg to show and then just go pop.
And really surprising none of us, Pyre headed straight to Ordeals after finding that Cecil.
Yeah, Pyre having a defense sword for that Cecil right now. Again, probably going to eventually go back to Eblin. Maybe Spike, hopefully a Crystal Sword, Adamant Armor, all the good stuff. But we've got another Dark Knight here. This is a very, very scary spot. No, it's not. This is the weakest attack spot in the game.
Oh man, bosses. 28 HP. Feels bad. For Dark Knight Cecil, I mean.
Yeah, Pyre just gonna dart his way through it, getting through the fight quickly as possible. We don't get to learn about the only right in the world.
And we do find the Magus sisters sitting on the Baron throne.
Ooh, luckily Lenophis did find some mute knives. Those are going to be hitting pretty hard here. Blue Robe on the back of Ordeals.
Well, Ordeals is 2 for 3 in free bosses.
Yeah, free bosses early on. It kind of scares me.
Yep, because then that means that moon could very well be super tough, or the giant could be super tough.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because you see all these freer bosses. I mean, luckily, we did see the Magus sisters. I mean, we always talk about the element spot having 65,000 health, but if Magus sisters are there, welcome to 107,000 health for that spot.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, the HP gets weird because that spot, since it's normally the element spot, it actually has like 120,000 health because you have to go through all 4 elements. But with the randomizer, when we put different bosses there, it gets shrunk down to just max of 65k.
Well, and it looks like Baron yielded a Palom. And Lenophis decided to ditch Artella for the Palom.
Interesting play, getting rid of the Tella. Like, Tella's your line on exit. Hopefully maybe finds a Fu or Porum, maybe. If you go down the moon, Warping out of the moon is not fun.
Oh no. And the item on top of ordeals, we were rewarded with value with a Bacchus.
Yeah. There's some good old wine. It's fine. It's part of Cecil's secret stash.
But we did find the magma key in the Baron pot, so it looks like Lenophis is going to do a little bit of shopping and then head down underground and see what he can find.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find some early sirens, get that Palom up to Quake. He learns it fairly early, and you can just quake the world. Pyre gains throw deals, gets that Cecil online. Backroad him with the samurai bow and some arrows. Like, the Cecil is just gonna probably catch him up. I mean, these runners are both, not too far behind each other. I mean, Lenophis is only one couple checks up on Pyre, but that's all from this cutscene of the package.
Yeah.
That's also going to make up a lot of time.
Yeah, they will catch up to each other here pretty soon. And we do have Lenophis purchasing a couple of headbands, which is just going to continue to add that strength onto their cane and their edge.
Headbands, again, with these melee fighters, you want to increase their strength as high as possible. Lenophis get underground here, and while Pyre ends up retracing over, Lenophis steps here. Want to make sure to shout out to go ahead and follow each of these runners. They're putting on the show here. Go ahead and follow Harumpa, Restreamer, Twisted Flex, and J-Mac. I've seen you run a few things here and there.
Yeah, not so much these days, but on occasion I'll put on some unpacking content or free enterprise with the Pink Puff League. But who you should really follow is Tybalt, because he is also a tournament racer and a really good streamer.
Nah, I'm really not. No.
Oh, well, that was a tease.
Yeah, I mean, dropping the magma key and going, no, I'm going to go to Evelyn now. Okay, this is, I can see the play. Trying to find some more loot to sell for those coffins, hourglass 2s, sirens.
Yeah, and definitely feeling confident enough to be able to just go ahead and clear this out full clear and get those 3 trap chests and hope to snag an adamant or, a really good item for Edge or Cane.
Right, and maybe thinking, well, maybe there's a chance that there's no sirens underground. I can get, Palom up to Quake or close to thereof to make something like a dwarf check.
Yeah, I definitely don't hate this play at this point.
And those 3 chests that Pyre faded were Charm Rod, Blitz Whip, and Stardust Rod. Ooh.
Does that make Lenophis have 2 Stardust Rods?
Yes, Lenophis now has 2 Stardust Rods. One from Damsian and one from Evelyn. We have 2 Black Mages too, so they've got some really good sticks.
All right, and Pyre is now headed down to liberate Baron. So here in the next couple minutes, we should have both runners with their first objective complete.
Yeah, and I wonder, Lenophis did not check the Baron basement. It may not be an objective, but it's another key item location. And you have to think of it in the back of your mind of, there could be a key item there that I need for progression or for an objective. So you want to keep that in the back of your mind and not forget about that spot.
Yeah, and Lenophis might have felt that they weren't quite ready to take on that higher HP spot, but I just hope that they wrote it down on their sticky, saying, "Hey, go back to Baron basement."
Yeah, sticky note that we all know and love on our monitor. Don't forget Demist. buy some camping gear, buy star veils. Every person has their own list.
Mine is change your battle speed.
That's another good one. But Lenophis having a little bit of issue with the Lamia Black Cat. Got a couple of blusters off by hitting the Black Cats and not taking them out right away. Fun little tip here, you can charm the Black Cats. So with the Charm Rod they found, could have actually charmed the Black Cats and they would have blustered their own party members.
All right.
Yes, I know strange things.
Well, I know that you are, in fact, a fan of the Charm Claw, so I'm sure you figured that out first.
Oh, no, I was not the first one to figure it out. But I have utilized it many, many times.
And Pyre has made quick work of Rubicante and is headed up to the Barren Throne to fight his Manga sisters.
Yeah, Lenophis now taking on the Mad Ogre chest. Taking all the trap chests out here. Pyre, I believe, found a mute knife. Yeah, found a mute knife in the Avalon. So these Mega Sisters are not long for this world.
Or you just use flame.
This particular spot doesn't have too much HP. So if you've got the Rune Ring mute knife, like you're adding to Edge's Wisdom stat, that flame could be pretty powerful. Especially early game.
So it is unfortunate that Lenophis couldn't keep his Palom up for some of this trap chest HP. But at the end of the day, I think he's more worried about just spiking those items.
Yeah, taking on the Staleman Skull chest here.
But
that
is a nasty wipe.
Yeah, that is a nasty trap chest as well. Lost the Mad Ogre chest, lost the Dragoon Lance, but just going, nope, I'm good. I'm going to continue on with what I have. And going straight to Feymarch. Check your freebies.
Well, when you lose all that loot, they're probably going to loot this fate. I can't even think right now. They're going to loot all the chests on their way down because, there's some pretty good loot spots here too.
Yeah, and turning off flash effects. That is something that I sometimes forget to change when I start a run. So we don't have to watch all the flashing as they're walking over the damage tiles.
Yes. I am definitely gonna applaud Lenophis for just being able to flip that plan when the first plan didn't go the way that they wanted, to know that there are other opportunities to kind of make up that loot.
Yeah. Finding the glass hat but not going back and grabbing it, that glass hat has so much physical defense. That can actually help out in some fights. Finds another one, so not punished. I'm just
never punished.
Yeah. I'll just find one right after. Why do I even bother saying anything? I'll just wish it into existence. Fine. Let's just say this. Evil Wall at Leviathan and I don't know, Golbez at Azura. No wait, Golbez at Azura is free. Wyvern at Azura. There we go.
Tybalt, we can't be too mean to our runners. We're only 25 minutes into the seed.
We've got the Luca key, so we've got the sealed cave open and ready for us.
Yes, the freebie has turned into a free objective.
Well, the sealed cave's not exactly free.
Excuse me, free access.
Yeah, we have access to it.
Let me rephrase.
Yeah.
The Luca check has given some of our runners in this tournament so far this week a little bit of issues in some of the races.
Yeah. A quick peek there, we've got the dolls and we've got Dr. Luge. The dolls is actually free there. You can toad the back ones, and you just have to survive the hits of the front ones.
But with a glass hat,
Yeah. Meanwhile, Pyre deciding to go straight to dwarf. You know, granted, got the Cecil, but probably looking for some sirens. Find some Bacchus instead. Gonna be selling some stuff here, trying to be able to afford this Bacchus here. It's a great thing to have. You never want to run out because you don't want to have to come back here again for it.
yep. And also found silk webs and went ahead and grabbed one for the Z fight.
Yeah,
Always good to have in your back pocket.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have some silk webs. You can use it in pretty much any fight, and it can help you out of, slow down a fight. Deciding not to do the bosses, just doing some shopping here. Lenophis living more of the Fame Arch here. Nothing too terrible. No, not free Ogre Axe. Feels bad. You buy one, then all of a sudden you find two more. Pyre.
Well, at least you can sell both and get your money back on the first one.
Yeah, Pyre and other people maybe.
Building inspector.
Hey, we got a job dwarf check.
And that was another curse ring.
That's just pure money at this point. And those sell for a good chunk of change. That's like 3.5 Starveils. Or 3.5 Sirens, I should say.
So it looks like Lenophis opened the sealed cave, and then left, probably just to ditch that Luca key from their inventory. And we'll definitely come back because it is an objective.
Yeah, you always have to worry about the inventory boss. Pyre not finding the full moon that Lenophis had found in the watery pass. Picks one up. Now his edge is gonna be back road. Gonna pick up maybe some coffins, extra Starveils. Nope, just some Starveils. The question comes to be, we've seen dolls at down below. Do you take them on? It's not an objective to take on one of the Fame Arch bosses, but we've got so many key items we actually still need. These key item sets are just going to be digging into these runners' minds.
Most definitely. And Pyre hasn't seen them down there, so doesn't know they're there. Looks like he's going to go in and try and take these dwarf bosses first.
Prioritizing character checks, maybe hoping to spike a foo. Blue
And
robe.
we know what that is. Pyre knows what that is. Does Pyre stay and stick it out?
And funny enough, if you actually see a blue robe here, regardless, because it's 3 sprites, it's always going to be the gauntlet. Because it uses the second sprite, I want to say. It uses one of the sprites for the jumping, and since the water hag is just one, I don't think you see it. Like, if you don't see a sprite at all, it's always Antline. Yes. Weird things I know that I pick up on.
Because the Antline arms don't jump.
Well, they do. There's just there's a negative sprite in between them. Yep, it's the gauntlet. At least it's not on the moon.
And we do have dueling gauntlets.
Yeah.
Not very often that this happens.
No, but it's still a fairly easy gauntlet to get through.
Especially with the edge that has flame. Flame gets through, I think, most all of these fights in one go. I think there's just one that I have found that flame does not work. Like, kill all the bosses at once.
Yeah, I want to say it's the 4th or the 5th fight.
Yeah, the stone ones. What are those things called?
The black lizards.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, the black lizards have quite a bit of HP, so I think only if you have an adamant armor on and maybe some mute knife and rune rings would you have enough stat boost to get through them. As we see one here. Pyre, knowing that it's not going to die from this, flame targets it right away with the next party member in queue.
And over on Lenophis' side, Palom is still down, so Palom is missing some of this really good XP. Oh, maybe we can keep him up with the life pot. He's trying to get that HP to get him up to Virus and Quake.
Yeah, I mean, getting Quack Kid would have been so nice for this. Pyre already running out of MP on Edge. Doesn't have the greatest MP pool, but can definitely help in a pinch. He can be sometimes a battery for you. And Lenophis quickly catching up, getting through these fights here. Puts the full moon on.
Gonna put that self-summon. Oh, never mind. Tried to put that self-summon to work.
Yeah. I mean, these enemies just know who to target and how hard to hit them.
Yep.
This king goes down too. Ooh, this
Gets that cure off.
Whew, just in time. Oh, we've got the Baron guards here.
And with a foo. Saved by the foo, everybody. Saved by the foo.
Yep. Bye, Tella. At this point, I think Pyre's team is pretty much set. I think the only character might change out for is an anchor with Kane. If not, we've got a Curse String, who's a great anchor.
Yeah. And is still able to, do a little bit of black maging and a lot of black maging and a lot of white maging.
Yeah, it has every single black magic and white magic spell. Just amount of power that you can give him with some extra gear. Lenophis, 19 HP left.
18 more than you need.
Exactly. Oh, gonna be definitely saved by the foo on this one.
Now the question is, do they get rid of Iridia or do they get rid of Palom?
It's a hard choice. Not taking Palom's gear?
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, getting rid of the start, like all of that gear, the Stardust Rod. Maybe pick up Palom later. We've got that Giant Babel objective on the table. You may be thinking, get the Darkness Crystal. I'm going to have Iridia and a Palom. I'm going to maybe do a D-Machine grind, get them up to nuke. Done. Oh.
So, yeah, Lenophis did a Piggy spell. And I'm almost positive that Piggy does not work on bosses.
No, actually, you can Piggy and size both of those. The problem is that Piggy does not have a very high accuracy.
I don't think I knew you could Piggy. I knew you could Toad.
Yep, Piggy. You can Piggy, Toad, and size the Baron guards and Kaipo guards because they don't exactly have the boss bit.
Well, learned something new tonight.
Yeah, at that point, the problem with that is that you Piggy them, they're still gonna physically hit you. You size them, you make them tiny, they're still gonna counter with their spells. The only way to really shut them down is either Toad, Stone, or Stop.
Pyre is taking a look at the Feymarch bosses. Words are hard.
Lenophis going to Mysidia here, checking the item shop. Wonder what they're looking for here. Maybe some life potions, running out of ethers. Also checking the weapon shop.
And Pyre takes a rest, takes a save. I think Pyre is going to go after one or both of these Feymarch bosses.
Yeah, like the dolls is almost a. I want to say you can at least meteo them, and they'll be done. The back dolls have a little too much HP to be able to quake. Taluge, they help the split between 4 boss sprites, so very quick to get through that one.
Yeah, now that they've got a Fu in party, makes these bosses much more realistic to take on.
Yeah. Lenophis checking an odd shopping location, going to Silvera, selling some stuff. Maybe gonna be buying some black belts. Never mind.
Has Lenophis spiked a curse ring yet?
I don't believe so. Could be looking for a curse string.
Yeah, that would be
there's
my
a curse
guess.
string in Feymarch and a curse string in
Damson? Eblin.
Yeah, it was Eblin. So maybe looking for a curse string to be able to better anchor the party. Anchoring is everything. But deciding to turn in Sheila 1 here. And maybe actually do the Fabul defense, not finding the pan to be able to single dip Fabul. As we know, a lot of people like to just be able to go to Fabul in one fell swoop, turn in Sheila 1 and 2, defend it, don't ever have to come back.
Yeah, but did lots of item checks and couldn't find that pan, so. And we get rewarded with a Bahamut. Well, guess Rydia's going to stay for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, Rydia's going to go, not so much bonk, but blarg. There we go.
We like a blarging Rydia. And a tiara. Let's go.
Yeah, adding more wisdom to that Rydia, powering up the summons. Pyre showing off the toad strats for the dolls. Yeah, they take extra damage. They do less damage to you. And they can't transform. Even though the music changes.
Now they're just riveting.
Gets through the Calbrena fight here. Gets some more spells
nuke on Fu. All for a samurai bow, the value.
The value was getting nuke and meteo.
Oh, well, yes.
That is huge spells right there for Fu.
And some pocket change.
Yeah. Looks like we have a Dark Elf here at Fabul. Lenophis going to make quick work of it. Throwing down the mini rocks of Stardust. Gets through Fabul without an issue. Let's see what the king has for us tonight. Will it be the pan? Will it be Earth Crystal? Ooh, or even a Darkness? Nope.
Or a ninja sword.
Just a sword. Yeah, at least I'm trying to help the runners at some point, We all can't
see, us commentators, we like to give a little and take a little.
Yeah, I mean, some of these bosses get still. I think if I remember correctly, in the boss pool, there's only 2 free bosses left: Dimps and King Queen Evelyn.
I believe so. We've seen all the rest of them.
Yeah. French Vanilla Sword. I'd almost say if the king had given us a Masamune there, I would have said French Vanilla, because Masamune is one of the best swords for Edge, and the king actually giving you a black sword in Vanilla, which is the best Dark Knight SL sword.
So Lenophis headed up Ordeals right now. I believe that Lenophis has forgotten that they have yet to check Bedward.
Yeah, Lenophis has not checked the free item from Bedward. Does not have that package. Sometimes you have to commit to certain things. If you've forgotten something early on, it might end up being your last check. French vanilla coffee. As we see that nuke coming out.
Yes, Nuke is going to make quick work of Dr. Talks-A-Lot.
Yep, Dr. Talks-A-Lot is down. Let's see what we get here from the Ashura spot. Just a Moon Veil. I mean, not gonna complain of Moon Veil. It's a better Star Veil. Gives you invulnerability to physical. Not gonna hate on it.
And with the bosses we haven't seen, and the fact that we're still looking for a lot of key items, that Moon Veil on the moon or the giant may very well come in handy.
Oh yeah, still a lot of physical hitting bosses out there. I mean, Evil Wall, Buy Again, Demist. There's still a lot out there.
And it looks like Pyre is going to head down the sealed cave and try and get their second objective underway.
Yeah, I mean, has the curse ring, so is able to anchor for this particular fight. You know, it has Nuke Gun Fu, and it has, a decently powered up party with equipment. So I don't see too much of an issue at this particular location this early on. Lenophis here. Gonna find this Bacchus here. Question is, do they keep it or reset out of it? Doesn't know about the Fu.
But should know that there is a Fu somewhere.
Right.
So hopefully
it's just a matter of when.
They, and it looks like Lenophis is going to keep these bosses, and probably a really good decision in terms of prepping for the Fu that you are going to find this seed.
Yeah, and if not prepping for, Cecil, with, at least in Lenophis' mind, having so many character checks still open to them, there's still a chance of a Cecil out there somewhere early on.
Yes.
Wants to be able to have the Paladin Cecil ready to go when he shows up.
All right, we're about to get a look at our key item down here and our boss.
Yeah, survey says the key item is
Rat tail.
Don't have the hook to turn that in, but let's see what the boss is. Well, let's see what Kenazo. Well, it could be in worse spots.
Yeah. And with an ice claw.
Yeah, the ice claw will do extra damage here when the wave's not up. When the wave's up, a thunderclaw will do more damage.
Again, the little things I don't know.
Yeah, and that's why you see runners, if they have a Yang in their party, put both ice and thunderclaws on to make sure he's always hitting the weakness.
And Lenophis, I think, has remembered to go check Bedward.
Checking the shops here, looking at some gear, maybe still looking for that cursed ring. I mean, if you're looking for an anchor, Porum still sitting there at Mysidia, base level Porum, or no, not Porum. Have we ditched anybody yet?
Palom.
Oh, and Palom did get some levels.
No, we didn't ditch Palom.
No, because
we died.
Yeah. I don't think Lenophis has any characters in standby right now.
No, because Lenophis doesn't know that the Fu is sitting at Dwarf.
Yeah. Pyre making quick work of this. Actually, we have a keyless tower play and barren basement left.
Oh, that's it. You're right.
Yeah.
Well,
because Sheila 1 just turned into Bahamut, so we've only got 2 locations left. And it comes to a question of, where do you go? Do you walk all the way up for the tower? Or, at least in Pyre side, do you go up to turn in Sheila 1 and do Fabul? Because I don't think he's done Fabul yet. and then do Baron Basement?
I feel like since Pyre's already down here and Tower's the only thing that he has left to do, that's probably where he goes.
Could be.
But I don't know. I mean, both plays have merit at this point because there are more checks left in the overworld at this point.
Yeah, and again, that top of tower could have the tower key. He could have just about anything, and I don't know. It's such a hard choice. Lenophis, did they actually turn in package? Did not turn in package yet. Decided to check Kaipo first. But a dwarf axe to be able to back row their cane is that's the only way that you can back row a cane.
And it looks like Pyre is headed to do the Sheila 1 check and our football check.
Spiking.
And looting.
You know, it's some runners. I think Moonblaze Wolf in particular started this trend of checking those first 2 chests in Sylph. Sylph, much like Evelyn, higher tier gear here because of all the trap chests here. Trying to check a little bit more to try gonna risk it here.
And Twisted Flax in chat bringing up a good point. Maybe Pyre's gonna do a little save scum and save outside of tower. Kind of set up for both.
Yeah, and just hope hasn't forgotten about the Baron Basement. But you get the full heal from doing football defense, so going football into Sheila 1, get the full heal, go to Baron, then go to tower.
I mean, if that's or hopefully maybe you spike a Twin Heart, burn Earth Crystal. You try and efficiently fly your airship. So that's probably at this point what Pyre's hoping for.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Lenophis did get stuck by everybody's favorite NPC, Typo Lady. Doesn't have the tele to be able to exit out. Feels bad, and she always gets in everybody's way. And her daughter in Troya, those two, never fails.
Never fails.
Dark Elf here, gonna quickly change and then have a nuke to the face. And Dark Elf's gone.
Very gone.
Yeah. Burnt to a crisp? I don't know. Microwaved?
Microwave.
Yeah, there we go. That sounds better. And Pyre gets rewarded with Ninja Sword. You can replace the full moon with the Ninja Sword. Makes the animation a little bit faster.
All right. And meanwhile, on Lenophis' side, Lenophis gets off the Sylph heal, which was the downfall last time. So now I'm pretty sure they are going to make it through this gauntlet, get their foo, and be on their way.
Yeah, and it comes to, I've got my foo. Where am I going to go now on Lenophis' side? Like, do you continue to fade the Fey March? Do your objective of Bluka or top a tower?
So many decisions.
Yeah. And Pyre sells the Bahamut.
Of course. But you know what? With that party, you don't need Iridia.
No, you're just going to be drinking some wine and swinging your swords around. Or spears. Picked up some Cure 3s. Not a bad thing to have in your back pocket. And if you run out of MP on Foo or Foo goes down, you at least can heal with Cure 3s.
And Pyre has not forgotten the Baron Basement.
Alright, well, re-equipping Edge here. And double checking equipment here. Definitely want to make sure you're anchored for this particular fight. It is quite a fast fight. So.
But again, with this party, there's not much down here that is super scary when you've got a foo with nuke.
Lenophis did not take the foo? Lenophis did not take the foo. I'm okay. You know, maybe feels this is the party that they want. I'm definitely gonna have to ask them in the post race interview. Maybe feels
Or,
Bahamut
you know,
good enough.
Yeah, maybe right now has decided that the Bahamut Rydia is enough until late game, and might go back and pick up that foo, that full powered foo at that point, and trade out the Rydia for the end game.
Yeah, I mean, nukes being single target, Blarg being everything.
Yeah, because there's not much that, Blarg can't Blarg.
Yeah, just don't Blarg any moon bosses like this Pale Dim here. Or do. The choice is yours.
But if you do, we might laugh at you.
Well, I mean, so you can summon against the moon bosses. You just want to prep beforehand. Pale Dim, you want to be a little light on your feet. With Wyvern, you want to have some extra star veils or walls up. D-Lunars doesn't really matter. Plague doesn't really matter, and you want to make sure you have some extra HP on your characters if you do it against Ogopogo. So as long as you're prepped and ready, you can still use summons.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pyre's made quick work of the Baron basement, and now can go and forge an Excal for his Cecil.
You know, I bet he's not. I bet he's not happy about it because it's not exactly a progressive key item, but it is an Excal for our Cecil.
And we
which
know
probably makes up
that everything is gated behind Keyless Tower.
Yeah, Keyless Tower, a play that 50% of the runners will do, and the other 50% will want the tower key. It's one of those things of going back to the tower with the tower key. You just want to go to a location at once and be done with it. But by immediately going to turn that forge in, gonna get that Excal, make that Cecil happy. Maybe check the shop too.
Oh, I would definitely check the shop. Or power shirt, or.
Well, in Sylph, we did find at least one power shirt, which that Cecil's currently wearing right now.
Crystal rings and power shirts.
Yeah, I mean, we've got things to sell, so sell the farm and buy a power shirt and crystal ring. Maybe 2 power shirts? Yeah, okay. Oh, no, not done shopping yet. Wants a crystal ring at least.
Pyre is pretty set.
Yeah, and come to think of it, if I remember correctly, Pyre having a ninja hat crystal ring on Fu makes him yet again another perfect agility anchor for the final endgame.
And Lenophis is headed down to the Fey March, and now we might see exactly why he did not take Fu and kept Rydia, because he is about to blarg these dolls.
Yep. These dolls are going to have, yet again, another bad day. While we wait for any new checks going to Keyless Tower here again, make sure you follow our runners. They're putting on this amazing show. We've got a ton of races going on in the near future. This tournament's going to be going on for quite some time. Be sure to follow our Reshiner Harumph, our tracker Twisted Flax, my co-commentator J-Mac.
And of course, follow my co-commentator, Tybalt. And also, if y'all are, just tuning in tonight and seeing this randomizer for the first time, we have a very active community of really fantastic people. Because you can't not be fantastic if you spend your Friday nights playing a 30-year-old Super Nintendo game. So feel free to also join the Discord for free enterprise and come see what the fun's all about.
Yeah. If you like what you see here and want to pick it up for the first time, or you played it when it first came out, it doesn't matter your skill level. There's a newbies corner, and everybody's willing to answer questions. From what I hear, we have one of the best communities out there, especially for helping people out.
Yes, and as a perpetual pink puff, and a newbie and a beginner, I can definitely co-sign that statement.
I'm double checking some gears as we see some Blarg out on Lenophis' side here. Yeah, as Jess said, you don't have to race. You can just race casually. Evil Wall and Octomometer out of the pool for the Giant. Shucks.
And Evil Wall up here is not going to seem so evil with this party.
No, this Evil Wall is going to crumble and be a pile of rubble here very quickly. Because it's basically drink some wine and put your controller down.
Take a quick, quick break, snack break, get a drink.
Yeah, as some people would say, it's what we say is action economy. It's something that's starting to come around in some aspects. You may not think about it, but spell animations take up time, and you want to be doing this damage as quickly as possible.
And Lenophis finds out that Feymarch had nothing.
Yeah.
And is having to take the walk out.
Oof. And there's our Darkness Crystal.
So, everything is on the moon.
Yeah. And in all honesty, we have to do the Giant. It doesn't give us a key item. But I think either A, you find enough key items on the moon to want to come back, or you full clear it. And then when you come back, you do the Giant on the way.
Yeah, but Pyre is sitting at 9 key items right now.
Which feels bad, because once you hit that 10th, you get that double experience. But with the melee party, don't need a ton of experience to really get them to super damage levels.
That is a good point. With no mages, no spells really needing to be learned, that is definitely a good point. You don't actually really need that, 500,000 XP from the Giant. 250,000 is plenty.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we always say. It's like, you have all mages. Well, you don't need loot. You just need experience. With melee fighters, you need the gear and don't need that much experience. It's a trade-off. Lenophis leaving Luca for a while, going up Keyless Tower. Gonna be happy finding the Darkness Crystal here.
But then it's going to be faced with some decisions.
Well, if you faded Luca this long, you may fade it for a while longer. And with us knowing that it's only the rat tail there, may not be as punished by it.
But it is still an objective.
Right.
And since you've already cleared most everything underground, except for the Shielded 2 check, but you have to come back down for the pan anyway, so...
Right, could loop it in with the pan check.
And the tower key.
Right. So there's some routing options in there. Everybody has their own little routing decisions they like to do. And we come to the moon. Is Pyre going to go top down or bottom up? You know, in this situation with as many key items as we need, go bottom
Full
up.
clear.
Yeah, full clear. I go bottom up.
Oh,
Ooh, Edward on the moon.
with
We
the
have the
spoon.
Do we take him?
Moon spoon word? Question mark? No.
Nope.
Not even a decision.
Well, Pyre sat there on the Edward screen there, just thinking about it, and no.
Can't blame him. However, chat is really disappointed, and so is this commentator.
Well, I mean, if if I find Edward, or if I start with Edward, and I find an early spoon. The one problem with Edward is his HP pool does not grow very fast. You either A, need to get him an adamant armor, or get him around 2 million experience.
Well, and it looks like we are going to the bottom of the LST.
Yeah, and looks like Lenophis is actually, since didn't find sirens in the underground, deciding to steal them. Not a play you see very often in this flag set. There's sirens are 80% always going to be in the seed. So they're either on the moon or on the hook route at this point, from what we've seen. But maybe want some sirens, get some levels on the party before going to the moon.
Yeah, especially to make sure that Palom gets as online as Lenophis wants them to be.
Yeah, and giving Iridia some more HP and more MP to cast more Blarg. Welcome everybody from Free Enterprise Prime. We are about an hour in this race between Pyre and Lenophis. Yeah, as you can see, we haven't found too many objectives here on the Earth. We just got our Darkness Crystal.
After full clearing every check that we possibly could, everything was gated behind Keyless Tower, which had the Darkness Crystal, which has everything else. So there you go. You're caught up with the last hour.
And we find a Demist here at Plague, 28,000 HP at this spot. Roughly. Edge darting the spoon before taking 2 massive hits. Nice thing about Demist is you get some recovery time when Demist goes into Mist Phase.
Oh. Hey, Tybalt, did you know that this channel has apparently been dubbed Canada?
Really?
Apparently.
Yes, I've been to another, I could say I've been to another country. Yes!
All right,
Awesome.
And Lenophis is headed up to the moon and checking the moon shop, which Pyre did not check, so we're about to see if sirens are here.
Yeah, and then Pyre deciding to put a blink up on Cecil. Both Edge and Kane are down in critical HP, so Cecil's going to immediately cover them.
Just a Leviathan orb in the moon shop, which we don't need when you've got a Bahamut.
Yeah, when you've got Blarg, no Leviathan. It's one of those power spikes. You find an early Leviathan, the next thing you want to find for that Iridia is the Bahamut to continue on your power train. We'll see what Lenophis decides to choose with the Edward here. Has the spoon? Will they take? Or will not?
Well, since Lenophis still has yet to check the package and find the Cecil, they might decide to take this spoonward. Nope.
Just
no spoonwards.
no spoonward. Just
sorry,
a
folks.
Just a Masamune from that White Spur altar, so Edge's best weapon. Immediately being equipped. Not a key item. So not going to be able to get the double experience for the ribbon room unless Pyre does the Ogopogo spot first. But nope, straight to ribbon room. 2 key items here, or 2 key item chances, I should say.
With 42,000 HP of Baigen.
Baigen. Arm grind.
Let's go.
No, don't do an arm grind. You at this spot you can do a Mega Sister grind or an Orb grind.
Hey,
the arms get nothing for experience.
Chat wants arm grind though.
I mean, we're probably going to be seeing some arms taken out and come back. There's a lot of HP in this spot. And looks like at the Murasame altar, we have the dance party.
Yes, Mylon and zombie friends at the Murasame altar. Top down, bottom up. We're going to meet in the middle here pretty soon.
Yeah, the Edge looks like he's going to be catching some flame here. And, you know, the HP split, flame, not going to be able to take out those gas very quickly. But Blarg is going to Blarg.
Yep, it won't matter in a minute.
Nope. It's always funny when you take out all of Mylon's minions before he says, "Go, my children." I just look at him and go, What are you talking about? There's nobody else here besides you and us." Pyre getting through Baigen here with quite ease. Half the experience, feels bad, but gets a pass and a defense sword.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, not punished
so many
for going
zonks.
bottom up. Yeah, is there just gonna be one? Is there just gonna be one long chain? You know, looking at the key item, there could be one long chain. You know, like Rat Tail into Earth, Earth into Twin Harp into Tower, Tower into Pan. That
would just feel so bad.
But the thing is,
no!
There's the Twin Harp.
But is everything gated behind it? We will find out soon.
Yeah, and we've got the other noodle here at the Ogopogo spot. Leviathan taking over for his cousin.
Some French vanilla, mayhaps.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Don't really have to worry. Might have to worry about the ice 2s that come from Leviathan here, because this particular spot hurts either way. Physical, magical, ouch.
Youch, indeed. Down goes Cecil.
Yeah. You want to see, you know, like a 5k lit 3 or, you know, 5k fire 2? Golbez sitting here is fun.
At least we knew it wasn't the Alt Gauntlet, because the Alt Gauntlet was in Dwarf today.
Oh yeah, Alt Gauntlet here. Great for experience. This takes forever to get through.
Terrible for morale.
Lenophis going, truly going top down, goes to the Crystal Sword altar next.
So very soon we will see how many key items the lunar subterrane actually holds.
Yeah, as we've only found one so far, being the Twin Harp. We found a Sand Ruby. Well, it's another really, not
but I mean, it doesn't go anywhere, and it doesn't give us an objective, so... But it does give us 10 key items.
True, it gives us 10 key items, but it's looking more and more like one long chain.
And the Crystal Altar has D-Lunars.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be relatively free. A couple different strats you can do here, but that fire being HP based, it hurts a little bit. Rydia goes down. Kind of hoping Lenophis maybe gets a Star Veil up here, because you can actually reflect the breath that they cast.
Eek. Yeah, these lunars really punch hard.
Yeah, and having Edge as the anchor, when you have a high agility anchor on the moon, the bosses tend to get a little faster.
Now, at least Lenophis does recognize that and has swapped. But as they do not have a curse ring, Rydia's gotten a lot of levels, so she's a lot faster than a napping 30 HP Rydia.
Yeah, but still probably the lowest agility in the party right now. But meanwhile, Pyre going to be able to going to buckets everybody up. We got a Dragoon Lance. We've got an Excal. Magic does not hit very hard here. As we see these viruses coming out for less than 500.
That was cute.
Oh, you want to cast a virus on me? Oh, that tickled. We have dueling D-Lunars.
This is the second time we've had dueling fights on our screen tonight.
Yeah. Pyre gets through the D-Lunars. And we'll see what we get here from the Crystal Sword Altar. Is it a key item?
No, it's just... What did you roll?
Well, okay.
Harumph has rolled the massive chain behind his most favorite key item.
It's what it's looking like. Like, we've only got right now we have on Pyre side Murasame and K Value. It's the only location we don't know is K Value.
Oh man, I really hope. Has Harumph trolled us all?
Does Harumph secretly actually like the Twin Harp?
Yes, yes,
everything behind it? We've been told to tone down. Not really. But
all right,
looks like Pyre's going
I'm okay now.
Out there.
Whew.
This has been one interesting scene. I mean, you have to think of it being in the runner's shoes right now. Of I haven't found anything on the moon here. Where are all the key items? Where?
Yes, the level of what is happening that is sinking into Pyre's head right now.
Yeah, you have to think it's like, okay, I've got K Value with a possible key item, and I've only found the Twin Harp and Sandra Beyond the Moon. Do I gamble on the harp? I've got the pass. I personally don't.
No. Value cave. Clear it.
Yeah. Lenophis having the issues here with Demist. It's pretty hard here. So, going to be switching up party order here. And going to have that Rydia as the anchor. Going to be darting an Excal.
Yep. Saving the spoon, darting the Excal.
Probably going to be darting everything they possibly can to be able to do as much damage. Meanwhile, Pyre got through Mylon, gonna be rewarded with this Twin Harp. Is K Value going to hold value today?
I mean, I think either way it's going to hold value because either it holds a key item or it doesn't hold a key item and it's value for everyone watching.
As it's gonna be one massive long chain. And it is an objective, so it's not like you have to fade the harp. You actually have to do it. Pyre making a save here.
And I do appreciate Pyre showing that you can in fact exit the whale from the right side.
Yeah, you always see everybody exit from the left. It's just you can exit from the right.
I mean, I was in marching band, so I tend to go left because left foot, you just start with that. But not too many people go right. Oh.
Ooh, we've got Val. Lenophis
we have Val.
Gets through the Demus, gets rewarded with that Masamune. So gonna be happy with that. Let's see. If I'm correct, I believe this is the only spot you can actually hit Val with magic.
I believe so as well, but I am not the expert.
Yes, this is the only location on the moon that you can actually hit Val with magic while she's in her tornado.
So of all the places to find Val, this is the best
on the
spot.
Moon. Yeah. At least as it goes for Lenophis aside having the Palamant Rydia. You're going to be able to take out from the spin with Kane jumping, but you have to take extra physical hits. Okay, we got the pan.
Okay, so this seed isn't completely chained.
No, but here comes the question. Do you do the pan checks into Twin Harp?
We are going giant. You know what? I like this play because then you never have to get in the blue whale again.
Yeah, don't have to get back in the whale.
You've got 10 key items. You're gonna get a lot of XP. There's not much up here that is super scary with this party now that it has a lot of HP.
Not so
you
much
clear
scary,
it and go.
But more annoying. We haven't seen Golbez yet. Golbez is going to be annoying, especially at the CPU spot.
Mm-hmm.
Or even at, the element spot too. Trying to think of what other bosses we haven't seen yet. Bomb.
Wyvern.
Ooh. 65k of Wyvern. 65k of Ogo Pogo.
Yeah. There are some rough bosses left. That would just be fun to watch. Not that I think Pyre's going to really struggle with any of these bosses, but just fun to watch for the audience, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Lenophis taking on the Ribbon Room, sees the Baigan. Going to be doing some arm grinding here as well.
We did not get a last arm check, though. Slightly disappointed.
Oh, it's Mylon Z. Cecil, with your X-Go, go forth and do bad things.
Drink some Bacchus wine and let's go.
Pretty much. Looks like Lenophis has got a good handle on this Baigan fight, keeping the arms down. More than likely going to be able to get through this fight using Sylph as the heal.
Yes. Not gonna lie, very excited and happy to see Rydia starring on Lenophis's team all night.
Yeah, the one problem is that Rydia's in the center slot, so the Sylph glitch, Rydia's actually losing MP every single time she casts it.
And down goes Mylan Z.
Yep, as Cecil was doing quad 9s.
Little bit of inventory rearrangement during that crumble.
Yeah, as Pyre's been doing that most of the run. In certain situations, you get a crumble phase or some talking, rearranging that menu. Anytime you can minimize going into your menu out of battle, can save you some time.
Ooh, and we are getting the swag walk.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see.
Well, here's the thing. This spot hits pretty hard for physical.
But it's just a mom bomb. He can't possibly be that scary. Look at him.
Just wait until if I don't think the little bomblets are going to come out, because I think Pyre's going to be able to do enough damage. But if Mom Bomb explodes and the 6 little bomblets come out, it's going to be Pain Town.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yep. Lenophis getting through the bite again, gets a defense sword and pass, and goes to take on Leviathan. And who here is on the giant?
Gotta be a white mage, right? Oh no! It's a monk!
It's still a mage, it's a punch mage.
Yes, yes it is.
With fists of nuke. Pyre completes the giant. Now I think you probably do, at least for me, I would go turn in the pan. You take all the damage tiles to bring it down to 1 HP before going into Twin Harp. Plus it's key item density. You have 3 that you can get. You've already done shield 1, so you get 2 key items. It's just density at this point, since we need to find the Earth Crystal still.
Yes, that is definitely good efficient routing. That is why I like watching and learning from all of these tournament runners. They have a lot of really good tips. So thanks for sharing that, Tibble.
And it looks like Pyre making a quick pit stop to pick up some more wine from the dwarves, as pretty much the entire stock was drank on the moon.
And chucking everything that is not needed at all.
Yeah, we don't need that Dragoon Spear anymore, unless Wyvern shows up somewhere. But even then, all the spots that are left are not too terrible on HP, so we've got X-Gus Cecil with the power shirt.
Yeah. At this point, it is all about completion speed and less about what might await, because we've already done all the hard spots.
Yeah, Lenophis gets through the Leviathan, gets the Sand Ruby, and only has cave value left with the Val sitting up there, so getting through this moon.
Oh, but doesn't have an exit caster or an exit, so it's going to have to warp out.
Oh, warping out of the moon, it feels bad.
It does.
I've done it. It's not fun.
It'll get you there. It'll just get you there slower.
Yeah, in some rooms you don't want to exactly warp out of because the next doorway is right there. Bonky Young gives us a pink tail. There's our adamant armor that we can get for free if we want.
Yeah, when we find the hook.
Yeah. If we find the hook. The hook could be behind Tower Key. We may not even need to do the Tower Key. Well, let's see what Sheila does. Sheila too? Does Sheila have the goods?
Sheila's got to have some goods, right?
Yeah, well, it's either going to be, there's Crystal. No, I don't think we're going to be raiding that treasury this late in the game with the power level we have and the gear. I don't see a treasury being raided. It feels bad, but I can understand.
Yeah, at this point, we are just speeding through the rest of this. We have an X-Cow. We have decent weapons for Edge. Got a cane with a defense sword. We're good to go.
Yeah, and this is perfect for the harp route because we've got go mode. We just have to complete the Cave Magnus and Zot, and we're ready to go. So we shall see as Pyre goes down into Cave Magnus. Oh, something wonderful is going to be happening here in the near future. Maybe. Maybe not. We may end up deciding to talk over it.
What? No, we would never deprive our wonderful audience of such sweet sounds.
Oh, the sweet sounds of harp music with, I think it's over 300 different songs made by various different people, Calamity and Xenocat being the two major contributors.
Yes, and as Xenocat is in the audience right now, there's no way we can talk over music. That's just silly.
There's always a way we can talk over it.
No, the librarian will say, shh.
Oh no, I'm being shushed by a librarian. Am I being too loud? Do I need to quiet it down and whisper? Alright. We joke about talking over. We're not going to. We're going to let DJ Spoony B play the good old tunes.
Enjoy.
It looks like we got confirmation from chat. Looks like it is Tetris Attack. And there's our tower key.
Yes, because we were doing music so late, we didn't get a very long rendition, but that was beautiful. Love it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There are some personal favorites. Is there a personal favorite harp song of yours?
Who, I really like when I hear Secret of Mana music, because that is my favorite game from childhood, other than this one. What about you, Tybalt?
I personally have a affinity for either Fireberg from Mystic Quest or Bloody Tears from Castlevania 2.
Both solid choices. Oh, I'm sorry. I am being instructed to say Infinite Stairs.
No. It's not Infinite Stairs. It's Poison Stairs. Yeah, no. Poison Stairs is always a fun joke. Yeah, Infinite Poison Stairs. That's what we all want, right? Can you get right on that, Xeno? Can you get that into the queue?
Xeno says no. All right. Meanwhile, Lenophis has cleared the moon and is headed towards the giant to go ahead and complete objective number 5 on their side.
Yeah, and got through the moon with without that Cecil having Rydia with Blarg, because came out in so much of a way. Looks like we've got some jokes here at Zot 1 with ha
yes. Lolbez indeed.
And you're just laughing at us for finding the Earth Crystal when we did. Ha ha ha, you thought this check was going to be fast? No.
Yes, well, Pyre will make very quick damage of Golbez. It will take time because we have to sit through these cutscenes and Shadow being hungry and dinner time and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't have a ribbon or an adamant armor, so the Demolish is actually going to eat at least 2 people here, and Cecil just got eaten. I mean, it feels bad because X-Gus Cecil would have been able to do that in maybe 2 shots, but should be able to get through this with the party we have right now. We've got the levels. We've got speed. He always asks why, and it's like, because you're slow. That's why. That's why. Or if you're in a spot where we end up reflecting all of his spells, it's like, because you did it to yourself. There's our Sid here at Zot.
And we have still yet to see a white mage.
Yeah, no Rosa, no Porum. Our only white mage has been Fu.
Atella and Fu utility, but yeah.
There's our Rosa.
Vanilla Rosa indeed.
We finally found a white mage, which means Porum is sitting on the hook route. Never to be found.
And Pyre says no to a white mage and no to a Sid. I've got my anchor, thank you very much.
Yeah, I've got my anchor on white mage and hi Blarg.
Ooh-hoo.
This is a spot that sneaks up on you because, yeah, high magic.
Ouch.
Did not save before going into Golbez, I don't think, so we'll have to refight Golbez. You would think that spot, being early as it in the game, does not have high magic. Well, guess what? Joke's on you. Val's defense is based on her magic stat.
Surprise.
So it's a literal, ha ha, you have to do this again. It feels so bad. Now we get to see who's going to be eaten this time by Shadow.
Meanwhile, Lenophis got through Mylon Z and is going to be going up to the CPU spot and finishing this giant.
Yeah, and not having Rydia get any of that wonderful 300,000 experience. No, it's 250 there. It's 300 for the next one. There's 500,000 experience here on the giant, which if you want to get Rydia to nuke, this is how you do it.
Why? Golbez asks again. I bet we see a save.
Yeah. Knowing that Wyvern's there, you're not gonna chance it. You're probably gonna save and go, no, I'm gonna save this time, or go to Wyvern standard time,
or just just make sure you can get that Star Veil off.
Stick Cecil in the center. Cecil should be fast enough with the crystal ring. That's what prevented him from being paralyzed by Golbez. because you can either poison, size, piggy yourself, wear a crystal ring, heroin robe, or adamant armor, and you won't be paralyzed. So, will Pyre get through Wyvern on take 2? We get to
Let
find
us
out
hope
here shortly.
so. Find out after this brief pause.
Yeah, and Lenophis getting through the rest of the giant and getting that experience on Rydia. You're gonna see this Yang. Okay, Cecil got off the Moonveil. Blarg is gonna take himself out here.
Goodbye,
and goodbye,
Blarg.
Wyvern. So Lenophis still hasn't done Baron Basement yet, or also hasn't done Luca yet.
Nope.
So probably gonna route in Luca right now. Gonna be able to warp out. Has 2 warp casters now. Gonna turn on the pan, get through the crystal, and be hot on Pyre's heels. Meanwhile, that's the last objective done. I missed the key item there because it was so fast.
It was a hook.
Ooh.
The last one we had to find.
Yep. And I don't think we raised the hovercraft, so we're just going to go and say, we don't need no adamant armor. We're fine.
Exert dominance. No adamant needed in the adamant tournament.
Yeah, good old 17 out of 17. Unless I'm wrong, unless Pyre decides to go raise the hovercraft. But nope. We've got power shirts. We're good. All
right. It's about that time of the evening.
Yep.
Nap time.
Yeah. It was a late night race. At work today, it's time to go to bed for the weekend. I gotta get some rest before tomorrow's races.
Oh yes. And all of these Z's in the chat, I mean, it seems like everybody just wants to go to bed. Let's wrap this show up.
Yep.
Just kidding, fans. No, we are headed to our Zeromus fight, and since we cannot move Zeromus and randomize the boss spot, we instead randomize the Zeromus sprite. So we are about to find out a little secret of every seed. And we like to ask a question, Tybalt. What's our question?
Who is kick what is butt? Is that right?
Huh?
No,
what?
Can't. Yeah,
that can't be right.
No. Whose butt are we gonna kick tonight? That's what it is. So, as we get the crystal thrown here shortly from Fu, we're gonna figure out who Zeromus is cosplaying tonight. Is it cute? Does it even have a butt?
Hey, Tybalt.
What?
Shh. We are staying on our Z fight because we are in the final minutes.
It's resetting this.
I have never seen this sprite before.
It's Resetti from one of the Animal Crossings.
Okay, is it a mole?
Yes.
Okay.
He is a mole. That's about all I know.
And in overalls. Aw, this is cute. He might have an angry face, but he's cute.
Yeah, it's a cute butt. As Pyre is going through and, boxing everybody up. Nerfing the first Big Bang, curing 3 with Fu, and maybe we'll be reflecting some nukes with Fu. Like just let your Zerkers go. You've got power overwhelming here. pop a Cure 4 and let your Zergers just go to town. I mean, you're doing around 12k a round. There's a chance you don't see a second Big Bang.
Yeah, maybe just a backup just in case. A plan B.
Yeah, in case you get Wumbo comboed, which I doubt with the damage output we're putting here.
No, but with 4 character parties, sometimes agility does very, very strange things that you don't expect.
This is true. We've seen runners get snuck up by Zeroma's taking some extra actions. You're like, what? No. Even though his script's still the same. Lenophis here, I believe, is going to be using some extra star veils here to boost up their party here. Going to be getting nukes on Rydia and Palom. Ooh, second Big Bang. Not nerfed, but we've got enough HP. Cecil at 3.5, and there's the snap, crackle, boom. Resettiness is down, and Pyre
is
takes
defeated.
the win.
Get your GGs out in chat for a run well done.
Yeah, GG's to Pyre with a time of 1:42.26. We'll see if we can get Pyre in here. And speaking of Pyre, I heard a little doot in my ears. GG's Pyre.
GG's, thank you.
Well, that was some seed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite the linear seed, or at least it felt like it.
So what was going through your mind as you're going to the moon and you start clearing the moon checks and you're not finding any key items? What was going through your mind?
I really wasn't too terribly worried about it because I was planning to clear the whole thing unless I got exactly what I needed anyway. So I wasn't really worried, but I knew they were up there because they had to be.
Yes, you full cleared, and then full cleared, and then almost full cleared again.
As it goes sometimes.
Yeah, we saw you grab the Edward item there, the package, and you immediately went and checked it, and you saw the Cecil. How happy were you to see the Cecil there?
I'm pretty happy. I was hoping I would have pulled a Crystal Sword right after that first Adamant chest, but other than that, it's good to have them because if there happened to be a dupe Cecil, even better. So that early taking a Cecil, no problems.
Yeah, we saw as soon. Go ahead, J-Mac.
Oh no, it's okay. Finish your thought.
Oh, all I was gonna say is, like, as soon as you got the other half of Forge, you immediately turned it in to give that Cecil something better than the defense sword.
Yeah, even with the defense sword though, he's still swinging better than Kane. But since I already had, I think, the Adamant by that time, or pretty close to, I figured I'd find the Legend Sword eventually.
Yeah, and it seemed to us that you felt very, very comfortable with this party comp. Is this the type of party comp you like to see on these flag sets?
On this flag set, yeah, this is basically the best party comp I could ask for besides dupes. So you got the Fu with everything, and he gets it pretty quickly, and then as long as you can find Bacchus anyway. And then just Bacchus up and let him go.
Yeah, we saw you make multiple trips back to Dwarf to pick up some more Bacchus wines as the moon seemed to deplete a lot of your stores there.
Yeah, I didn't do too much looting in the early game, so I couldn't just buy like a big stack of 30 to last me the whole game.
But you know, with your efficient routing, you made really smart choices. I think that really helped you speed through this 17 out of 17 seed. So definitely a job well done.
Thanks. Yeah, I think I did pretty good this time, except for the Wyvern. I knew it was around too. It's like, should I prepare for the next one? But it's like, oh no, I don't think I will. And
we appreciated your swag walks, and we did get a good chuckle out of the surprise blurg to the face because it's just always just one of those, funny little things you don't really expect, except for you do expect it. So, yeah, but good job dealing with that.
Like, should I go back and save? Nah.
Nobody expects the Spanish blarg.
Yeah.
Well, any final thoughts on the seed you want to share, Pyre?
Nope, that's it.
Awesome.
So
well, great job.
So what is your next race? As you've gone through a few other racers, I think there's still one more, if not two, in your group.
I believe there's 2 more still, and I have not have them scheduled yet. So, not sure yet.
So to be determined.
Yep.
But we definitely look forward to watching the rest of your races in the coming weeks.
Thank you.
And
Hope you
GG's
have
once again.
Yeah, GG's and have a good night.
GG's, have a good night. Bye.
All right. Well, we were interviewing Pyre there. Lenophis is go to the giant, going down to Luca, grinded some eggs, did some doors as well as did not have enough sirens to get Nuke on Rydia. So we've got Nuke on Palom and Nuke on Rydia. So I think this is going to be a hybrid strat for Zeke.
It looks that way. My only question still at this point is the anchoring situation, because I don't think Lenophis has pulled a curse ring yet.
No, but I mean, when you're doing a, even with this part, you could almost do a full reflect strat and just have edge dart. 28 agility would be just fine. The nice thing is Palom and Rydia, when they get close to their nuke level, as long as you have a ninja hat or crystal ring, you can get them around to that 28 agility level. And that still slows down Zeromus.
Yes, I forget about the agility shenanigans with 28 and 42. Sometimes you can get away with doing that.
Yeah, it's fun. In my mind, I always think 1 through 8, 28, 42, 56. and yes, 56 is another breakpoint, and pretty much only Edge can hit that breakpoint. But it feels nice when you do it.
I don't know if I've ever actually hit that breakpoint in my playing before.
To answer your question in chat, it's generally better to go over in your breakpoints. So I mean, if you're at 27, you'd rather be at 28 or rather be at 29, 30. If you're on the 40 range, you'd rather be at the 43, 44 range. Going under Zeromus is going to be faster.
Oh, and apparently a heroine, Artie, and Crystal Sword Rosa will hit that threshold as well. Hee.
Thinking Crystal Ring.
Yes, Neon did say Crystal Ring.
Yes, because it's in 10, 25, 5. So yeah, an extra 30 agility on Rosa. She'll hit that.
But we are about to see our Pan the bonk and our Pan turn in.
I wouldn't be shocked if Lenophis, when they finish the Tower of Zot, gets the hook, turns in the Pinktail to get the Adamant, sticking that on one of your black mages to make sure they're going to be doing around quad 9s for the nukes.
Yes, I definitely think with Lenophis's party, they're going to need or want that Adamant armor protection.
I mean, we Lenophis does have 2 Stardust Rods, and Palom does have Bluff, so I don't know. It's always hard to say. Maybe does the treasury check even? Maybe looking for some Sork Robes or Rune Rings, Crystal Rings.
Yeah,
extra
agility
darts.
manipulation. I don't know if they have gotten any agility equipment. I don't recall.
I don't think so. I'm trying to think. Maybe some of the whips from Rydia. I mean, but aside from the Masamune giving its 3 agility to Edge, I don't think has found any agility manipulation gear because the crystal rings were in the forge. and doesn't have the legend sword from the Baron basement.
Ooh, yeah, that is a good point.
Saving, going to Zot first. I mean, you have to go back to do the harp anyways. So
They've already done the harp.
Oh, yeah.
This is
Whoops.
the last check.
That's right. They were doing a harp when Pyre was in Z.
Yes.
My mind reset after the Z sprite.
That is okay. So yes, a quick run up this tower. Unfortunately for Lenophis, it's not going to be a quick fight because we've got to get through that Golbez and then hope that Lenophis saves before they attempt to go up and get smashed by that wyvern. But we'll see in a minute.
Yeah, and we'll definitely be able to tell whether or not Lenophis has at least a crystal ring, being able to avoid the paralyzation from Golbez.
But yes, during this cutscene seems like a really great time to make sure that we shout out our Restream team tonight, Harumph and Twisted Flax, for doing all the behind-the-scenes work to make this show what it is. And also, I want to make sure that y'all follow Pyre and Lenophis, who have put on an amazing race this evening for us.
Yeah, and I don't think Lenophis is going to have too much of a problem with Z with this party. Kane's in the air and comes back too soon. you can't hit Golbez before Shadow shows up. Shadow has to show up and then disappear before you can hit Golbez. It's like, but he's right there. I want to hit him.
Yeah, it's like, why doesn't my sword work?
No, yeah, everybody's paralyzed. The question is, who's going to be eaten? I honestly think that Lenophis would hope that Palom and Iridia were eaten. But I mean, a nuke would be just fine to give to Golbez.
One melee, one mage. Pretty even.
Yeah. Only 9,000 health in this spot, and it gets split up between Shadow and Golbez, so...
Well, and if you are someone out there listening and have just kind of stumbled across Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, if you're like me, who just stumbled across the spring tournament last year, and you can jump right in the Discord and start playing and joining this community. It's a really great supportive community, a really fun community to be a part of. And we do events and streams like this a lot throughout the year.
We do community races in our off season. We generally have community races on Mondays and Fridays. There's generally some clubs that go in between. Anybody can create a club. So in this past off season, we had some Hero's Journey, where it was all around one of our flags called Sea Hero. We had, we originally had our Slapdash, which is like a mystery at every Sunday. Just a ton of clubs that can be all levels of experience. Yes,
and as someone who is definitely not the same caliber as our runners tonight, there are still plenty of ways for beginners to join the community, including our beginners club, the Pink Puffs, which is a great way to learn how to play, learn how to run through the flags, and just meet a lot of really cool people and just hang out on Thursday nights during tournament off season.
Yeah, the Pink Puff League. I mean, that would have been great when I was first doing Free Enterprise. It wasn't around back then, but what I know, I've helped out a little bit here and there with it. It's a great thing to bring new people in. And Lenophis gets through the Wyvern, one shot, run buffers the Starveil. Probably a shock to see Wyvern here.
Yes, but but got through that. Avoided getting blurged in the face. And will get their final objective complete, and will also be ready for Z with our pass. So the question is, do they go and get the adamant armor? Or do they go straight to Troya?
Yeah, it's always the big question. I mean, this party really doesn't need any gear. We've got the nukes. We've got, power on both our melees. It just comes to the question: do we want a little bit more to make things feel safer?
And it looks like we are headed straight to Z. I applaud this play. Want to try and get in under 2 hours? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, if we get quad 9s with our nukers, definitely get a... Oh, spicy edge anchor. I'm not sure what agility that edge is at, but this is spicy play in here. I know one of our watchers is happy here, as they're known to usually have fights with a higher agility character, so... I wonder if Lenophis has watched a lot of Neon Gray. Neon Gray is known for doing a lot of the higher agility anchors.
Well, we are about to see just how fast this fight goes for Lenophis.
Yeah, and I want to say Edge's agility is probably in the 40 range at this point.
Hey, that's close enough to 42, right? That's what we need to be.
Yeah, but not being on BS3 for Reflect, so I'm thinking more of a hybrid of Bacchusing up Edge, Bacchusing up Kane to really shut this fight down.
Well, and I do want to mention when we are, seeing Lenophis hit the Z fight, that we have over 25 races this weekend. So if you have really enjoyed what you've watched tonight, we've still got a couple more tonight, as well as a whole bunch on Saturday and Sunday. This is the first week of our Adamant Cup, and we are doing some group rounds. And so a lot of round robins, a lot of really good races, both on Restream and individual streams. So there is going to be so much free enterprise this weekend if you are looking to just watch Twitch all weekend.
Yeah, we'll definitely shout out the races here, both the ones that are restreamed and not restreamed. Once Lenophis finishes, and if after their interview, if they so choose to come in for one. We've got some reflected nukes here. Dart in the spoon, gonna get the quad 9 from the spoon. I guess we could say Edward helps in the Z fight, since it's his weapon.
I guess.
I mean, I'm trying to help Edward out a little bit here. That was a pretty fast big bang there. Rhea's gonna be taking a bit of a nap here. So, yeah, better start darting quickly here. I don't think they picked up any Cure 3s. I don't think they have Azura for Rhea. It all depends on what Rhea got from the dwarf check, because that's something that's changed, is that Rhea gets random summons now, so you might be able to still get an Azura.
Oh yeah, I didn't pay attention to that. I forgot that was part of the update patch.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you. Another big bang coming out quick.
Oof.
I'm wondering if this edge is right around the 41 agility mark, because those big bangs are coming out fast and furious.
Yeah.
Gonna be lifing up party members here, trying to get the damage out. Kane Zerk can't do much with Kane. Gonna hope that these couple of nukes take out Resetti here. And it's gonna be close.
It is definitely going to be close.
It's gonna be either the nuke takes it out or we go into Rock's phase and we hope that we get some dodges.
Oh, that's a hard reset.
Ooh, Big Bang instead. Yeah. Ouch.
But that's okay, because we are going right back in.
So chat's confirmed that it's actually he's higher than the 42. So if I'm thinking of Edge's gear correctly, he's probably got 45, 46, because he's got the Masa on. Going right back in. Gonna take another shot at this. Well, let's hope this second round goes better for Lenophis here.
Yeah, and the sea fight, even when you know exactly what you're doing, it's never, ever free.
No, the fight is never free. Even for some of the top tier runners that are, like the Simbus, the Invenerables, the Flurries, like a Z fight can still sneak up on you.
Yes. But we did switch anchors.
Yeah, we did switch anchors to Rydia, which may help a little bit. It's been one of those. If the fast anchor doesn't work, let's go with the slower anchor. You got the soak web off last time. Hopefully, you're going to be able to get the soak web off this time. It's always a hard thing to time because there is a bit of an invulnerability with Zeromus. But
there it is.
Round 2. Wow, that was... Talk about an instant shake. That was a fast shake. Oh, okay. I mean, but let's see if we can get some quad 9 nukes here.
Pretty close.
Yeah, if you can do it, more power to you.
Oh, 6 points over.
Oh, that feels so bad.
But Kane is lifing Edge up, and hopefully we can get this hybrid party online and rumbling.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Edge dying there, it ate the spoon, so don't get to dart the spoon.
Good thing we do have a defense sword. Not as much damage, but we'll still do some pretty decent damage as a dart.
Yeah, some of your best darts are your defense swords, your Dragoon Lances, Avengers, Spoon.
Ugh. Big bangs are still coming in really fast.
Yeah, this is a something out. Agility anchoring through most of the game is good, but when it comes to the Z fight, it's something that you have to be aware of. So let's hope that we get Rydia up here. What's Lilith's gonna be doing here? Gonna try and nerf this next Big Bang so Kane survives. Rydia takes the counter nuke, Big Bang comes out, and
they both survive.
Hey, that's fine. Still getting some damage out there. And then Kane's gonna go down here to a virus. Black hole comes out. I think that's direct cast nuke. Will this take out Resetti? The hope is there. And no counter. Phase tip. Nope, that's a reset. Ah,
Man, that was so close.
it was so close. Okay, curse ring goes on Kane.
Oh, we do have a curse ring. Okay.
2 of them. Double checking gear. Not checking actual stats, just checking gear. I mean, trying to just, just like, I've got this, I can do this. Agility doesn't matter, and, it could be case in point. If you feel confident enough to not care about agility, you don't have to. Where's the counter nuke? I was expecting an earth-shattering counter nuke. So, round 3.
I feel like we've got a better setup. I feel like we can do this.
Yeah. And in the eyes of a runner who's has personal experience with this, you phase Z once, you wipe. Okay, you phase twice. At some point, you just have to stop yourself, think, calm down, and go into it with a clear mind. It's something that takes a little bit of time to get used to.
Yeah. Well, and especially with this agility thing, because in the vanilla game, agility doesn't matter. And so, trying to learn all these ins and outs and the nuances of agility. I mean, even as someone who's played for a year, I still struggle with my Z fights.
Oh, round 3. Starvels go out. Silkwebs go out. Nukes. Maybe some darts. As we see, the nuke was there too early. But at least the Silkweb still got off.
Yeah, party order this go round seems to be working a little bit better.
Right, as I mentioned, at least Lenophis decided to take a look at the party, change things up each individual attempt.
Yes.
Which shows that, yes, I know I can get through this. I may just need to change things up.
And just knowing how to swap and how to swap equipment and swap position, re-strategize, really shows just how in tune with this game Lenophis really is.
To answer a question in chat to Firebird Lover, no, Palom is not wearing an adamant armor. Nobody is. I believe Palom right now has a black shirt, rune ring, Gaia hat, and Stardust Rod on. So, a lot of stat boosting gear. I know Palom does get quite a bit of a stat boost growth. So,
yeah, this third attempt already feels better.
Oh, it seems to be going so much smoother. The nukes are coming out. I think this is a direct cast nuke. It's so hard to see. These menus are going by so fast. But nope, looks like it's reflected. So these are quad 9 nukes coming out here.
Oh, well, and that was it.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Okay. All right, well, we'll see if we can get Lenophis in here for an interview.
Yeah, get your GGs out in chat.
And there's a little thing in there in my ears. GG's Lenophis.
GG's.
What a seed.
Yeah, this one definitely scared me a little bit. It opened up too early. It just screamed Jet Seed from the get-go, and I had to play aggressively. I had to play aggressively.
So
yes.
we noticed. Did you forget about Edward at the beginning? We saw you go. You awarded the lottery pass, Damsian, and then you started going to Antlion and Hobbs. Did you just not think of routing in the free key Adamant first, or did you forget about it?
No, I didn't route it in at first. I figured since we got Baron Key, I'm just going to chase objectives. This is something I typically do when I'm running SMZ3 or Link to the Past. So, like, if it's something I can get done and I know I can do, it'll, hopefully just more key items, but just get objectives out of the way and just go from there.
Well, I can't remember. Did you actually check the package character or not?
I did not. I figured I saw Rydia was the dupe at Kaipo. I kind of banked on Cecil not showing up, and I don't know who it was.
Do you want to know who was at that package character?
It was Cecil, wasn't it?
It was Cecil.
It was. Of course it was. Thanks, game. Thanks, game.
You know,
You get an X-Cal, and you get an X-Cal.
Hey, they're great darts. We saw you have some issues at Dwarf Castle. You got the foo, but you didn't take the foo. Is there any particular reason why you didn't take foo?
I kind of figured that my Quake Kid was mostly online at this point. I was relatively happy with my party. I know Fu is the general, like, great mage, but he's just not great at being a mage. And I did have the Stardust Rod, I did have a black shirt, I did have a rune ring, but I knew his damage wasn't going to be quite as good, and that probably ended up costing me just because of his versatility not being available.
Yeah, the versatility of Fu and Tella, exit, blanks, the white magic that they bring to the table can help out quite a bit.
Yep.
And I can definitely see, having the Quiet Kid online and Fu not putting out as much damage. But also on the other hand, Rydia takes so much experience to get up to nuke levels. So I mean, it's a toss up. I mean, you had the giant on the table, so there was a ton of experience on the table at least. So.
Yep. The only thing that made me decide to keep Rydia was that Bahamut summon. Like, if Bahamut doesn't show up when it does, I might get rid of her. Sorry, Zeke. Like, I know you love Zeke, and I know a lot of people love Rydia, but she, because of that, it just takes forever. Like, I might have even considered, if I didn't have Bahamut, taking Edward, because I had the spoon, I had enough strength boosters. Like, I could make Eddie an offensive character to go for Pocket Swine strats on Zeromus. Like, that could have worked.
yeah, as soon as I saw that Bahamut summon, and then knowing that you still kept that Rydia, you went straight down to dolls. I was like, oh, okay, I can definitely see why, why you chose to keep that Rydia, especially for a lot of that mid game, because that Blarg just tore through your mid game.
Yep, it did.
So I was very appreciative that Rydia carried your party for most of this seed.
Yeah, she did great. I mean, because of Bahamut, Moon was easily clearable for the most part, as long as it wasn't something really dumb. Thankfully. Thankfully.
Yeah, you got through that Moon with, Blarg helping out there, and that was some really good play in getting through that Moon, especially the bosses that were there, especially that Baigen at Ribbon Room.
Oh, that Baigen. That 2-attempt Baigen, like, having to burn that Moon Veil, like, I feel like I kind of had to, like, just because it hits so hard.
Well, we were all chatting in chat, about the fact that even though this Z fight for you, that you struggled trying to figure out the best way to get your party to do what you wanted it to do and what you knew that this party could do, we do give you major props for keeping a cool head and knowing how to kind of manipulate your party and the gear and the positions to, try a new strategy. And you didn't. We could tell that you were just business.
Yep.
And so that is very, very commendable, especially for someone like me who really does struggle a lot with really trying to master the C fight, because you can do it over and over and over again, and it's never easy.
It's always a thing, because I always hear on commentary how agility is black magic, and that is true. You could explain it to me, and it's still going to go over my head. And I knew I had a party to win. I just obviously couldn't find the right setup right away. I figured Edge, he would be fast enough to offset it. Clearly that wasn't the case. Rydia was not. She must have been in that really bad mid-range number. but I knew I had at least one curse ring on hand. Just stick Kane in front. Hopefully that sticks. It did. If not, I was going to go back and grab probably Fu, because his agility is Garbo, even at level 50. Like, just stick him in front and let him go for it.
Well, so do you have any of your races scheduled, like the rest of your races scheduled yet that you want to shout out your schedule?
Bad Karmi actually reached out, and we're gonna do next Friday. Looks like well, we haven't actually figured it out yet. Oh, I think next Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. It looks like it's the time we might do.
Well, good. Well, I definitely look forward to watching you run some more races.
I get my butt kicked. No, I'm gonna have some fun though. We're gonna have fun, right, chat?
That's always the biggest thing, is having fun.
Yep.
Any other thoughts on the seed at all?
If you're wondering about my sprite, it is a X Parasite from Metroid Fusion. It's the red one is like the super rare red one. I recolored it to purple for a specific purpose. But that's the source of my sprite.
Well, that is great.
Other than that, I got nothing.
Alrighty, well, GG's and good luck on your future races.
Thank you. GG's. Thanks for commenting.
GG's.
Shout out to the trackers.
Alright, J-Mac. Well, it's finally coming to the end of our time here on Free Enterprise 2, but don't worry, chat, we still have more for you. Before we send you on over to the next race, we're going to do a quick rundown here of all of the races going on tomorrow. There is quite a bit of races going on tomorrow. Let's see. At noon, we have, early as 7 Eastern, we have Ikir versus Infinius. Midday at noon, we have Jabron versus Mechalink. Coming in later in the day at 3 Eastern, we have Reckless Charlie versus Y2 Sky. Beauty and Discovery versus Tall Grant. Alchemy versus Rex Raoul. Coming in next at 4 p.m. Eastern Time is going to be, I believe, Zoe Vermillion versus Lady ID. I'm going to have to double check on that one. 6 p.m. Eastern Time is going to be Microcorgs versus Ultros Professional. Funnel Cakes versus Flurry. At 7 Eastern, we have Alicel versus Dia. Poijack versus Scratch Dragon. And then coming in at Saturday at 8 Eastern, we have myself versus Xenocat. At 9, we have Woobear versus Solaris. At 10, we have Jaybrun versus John Burkhead. And at the 11 Eastern, we have Neon Gray versus Pancras. Now, as it goes for the restreamed races tomorrow, that will be between this channel, Free Enterprise 2, and our main channel, Free Enterprise, as well as RPG Limit Break. We have the 3 p.m. BB and Discovery versus Tall Grant on Free Enterprise. At 6 p.m. Eastern, we have Microcorgs versus Ultros Professional on Free Enterprise again. The 7 p.m., we have Alicel versus Dia at RPG Limit Break. At 8 p.m., we have myself versus Xenocat back here on Free Enterprise 2. And at 10, the final restream race of the day is going to be Jaybrun versus John Burkhead back on Free Enterprise.
Yes, it is a full day of racing tomorrow, but tonight is still not over, and we are actually about to raid over to Free Enterprise, where 2 of our previous season's Pink Puffs are racing, Mike, and Step Lively. So that should be a really good ending to our day. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. And always remember, do not spoil the outcome of this race in the chat of Free Enterprise channel.
Or else you get the newspaper bonks. And let me tell you, paper cuts hurt a lot.
But I hope y'all have a good night and continue watching some Free Enterprise.